Welcome back. We're here to preview Sunday's Premier League game between QPR and Liverpool. Barnes, let's start with Liverpool. They finally ended their 3-game winning streak last time out.
Yeah, and that's a really important victory for me. West Brom, you'd expect them to beat them at Anfield before the season started, certainly, but they went through September without winning. Obviously, Phil Jagielka got that late goal in the Merseyside derby. That would have felt like a loss. And then there was the loss to Basel in midweek just before the West Brom win. So to get a victory there and to bounce back from West Brom equalising with Henderson's winner, really big 3 points, I think.
Yeah, that was good news. But since then, there's been sort of bad news surrounding the club, this whole Sterling saga. I mean, he told Roy Hodgson that he was tired, didn't want to start the second international game for England. I mean, I think it's a bit of a non-story, it's blown a bit out of proportion, but I think Hodgson, he probably should have kept it to himself. There was no need to tell the press, that Sterling had come to him and told him he was tired. I mean, what's your take on the situation?
Yeah, I agree with that. If there is a mistake there, it's probably on Hodgson's part, but, he just answered the question honestly. Sterling, he's taking own steps to make sure that he doesn't get burned out, and we're always trying to be careful about young players getting burned out. There's so much pressure on his shoulders. He's regarded as one of the key players for club and country, and he's only 19 years old. I think he should be applauded for being so mature enough to say that. He knew he'd probably get stick if people found out, which they have done. And it's sort of put Rodgers in a difficult position now as well, because he needs to decide whether to play him now. If he does, Sterling will probably get more criticism for being able to play for club and not country. And it's just a new club versus country out, really, I think.
I think for Rodgers, Sterling, he did come on in that game in midweek, so I think he probably can start this week, but he might see this as a game he can rest Sterling because they're playing QPR, who are bottom of the table.
Yeah, QPR, they've had a really poor start to the season, haven't they? Only won one match so far this season. It did come at home, but, things are looking really... You don't see a way out. On paper, they've got a decent squad. They've got a squad that could stay up, but they just haven't played well enough to warrant being any higher than they are right now, and I'm worried for them really this season.
I mean, when they got relegated 2 seasons ago, you looked at their squad and you said the same sort of things, that Harry Redknapp wasn't able to turn it around that time, and I just wonder how much longer he's got, because they need to start climbing the table soon. But if Tony Fernandes, the chairman, does decide to get rid of him, there's not many people you think who are better suited to sort QPR out. I mean, how much longer do you think he's got if they don't start winning?
To me, Fernandes seems like a measured enough chairman. He'll know what's best for the club. He'll know Redknapp's got bags of experience. You won't find a more experienced manager to take charge. There's been talk of Sherwood maybe being lined up. I think he got a bit of a bad press with Tottenham. He had the highest win percentage for the club in the Premier League, and people saw him as a bit of a failure at Tottenham. He'll be a decent enough manager, but for me, I don't think he can do much better than Redknapp at the moment.
But, I mean, if they don't start winning games, do you think he will get sacked, or Fernandes will stick with him until the end?
Not until the end, but they need to start winning games sooner rather than later. But I think he's got a few more weeks at least.
Can they win this one? What's your score prediction?
For me, Liverpool comfortable winners. I'd say 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to go 3-1. Yeah, I think we both see Liverpool wins here. Thanks for watching.